Welcome to the Heavy Spoilers Show. I'm your host Definition, aka the Def Knight, and we have some huge leak footage on the Batman and the Batsuit itself. Every week we cover all of the latest news on the Batman movie, same bat time, same bat channel, and today there's a hell of a lot to unpack. Our first look shows it's an outstanding piece of kit, and there's so much to talk about as well as the additional footage. Throughout this video we'll be discussing everything the suit links to and what the leaked footage teases for the film. There may be some spoilers here, so if you don't want anything about the movie potentially ruined, then I highly recommend that you turn off now. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for videos like this every day, as you don't want to miss any of the updates that we have. With that out of the way, I just want to give a huge thank you for clicking the video. Now let's get into our breakdown of the Batsuit and the Batman leaked footage. Okay, so Matt Reeves just dropped the first look at the Batsuit directly on his Twitter. We have been saying for a while that it would be coming out on Valentine's Day, and this didn't disappoint. As stated throughout many of the leaks, the suit has a very handmade feel to it, and it pulls massively from the Lee Bermejo design from his work in the book Batman Noel and More. The footage itself has an almost Daredevil feel to it, and there's a very high-tech aspect with it featuring several panels and more that slide all over it and give it an armoured feel. Primarily the fabric looks like teflon, and it also looks like the bat symbol may even be detachable. Imagine if this was a batarang or something, that would blow my mind. It does look bulletproof, so yeah, if people are aiming for the chest, then they're likely not going to be able to stop him. We can also see on the cowl that there is stitching, and it looks like the entire thing has been sewn together. This style is very similar to the Batman period piece book Gotham by Gaslight, in which the character went head to head with Jack the Ripper. We do know that the movie will be a murder mystery, so this pulling from it does make a lot of sense. What's very interesting about it as well is that the cape has a ridge at the top. This could also help support the character's neck, as Batman was almost hung during a comic once, and he upgraded the cowl to provide support for him, so it looks like this will give stability for the character. The piece looks extremely armoured and is well equipped with lots of plates and so on to provide mobility. I can see this allowing him to move stealthily whilst also letting him put up a big fight. Honestly, I absolutely love the suit, and I'm so happy that we got a first look at it. I was going to go to bed, but then I thought I'd get up and talk about the leaked footage. Then this dropped as I was making the video, so yeah, it's made me so happy. I'm fanboying right now, and I hope you are too. Now onto the next piece of news. Okay, so the leaked footage comes directly from Reddit user Genzuwu, who said that their mother noticed that they were filming footage for the upcoming Cape Crusader movie in London right now. This adds some validity to it, as it doesn't seem like something you would make up, especially because you know how much Batman loves his mother. Shoutouts Martha. We're gonna play it so you can see exactly what's going on, and then we're gonna be breaking it down bit by bit.
Action!
I don't know what all the fuss is about. Just looks like a typical day in London to me. I'm just kidding, London. I love you. Okay, so the footage looks like it's been shot by a second unit, and the brief section is probably an insert that may be used montage style to show how bad things have gotten in terms of crime. We know that the movie's production is taking part in both Glasgow and London, with the two cities providing the backdrop of Gotham. Though the footage initially doesn't show much, there's actually a lot we can take from it, and it teases exactly what's going on in the location. In the video we see a jogger running through broad daylight, and then he's assaulted by a gang wearing masks and face paint. The jogger is not Robert Pattinson, as many have guessed, and even if it was, I'm pretty sure that Bruce Wayne could handle himself in a fight. I used to get like 9 million combos on Arkham Knight, don't at me. The guy has a beard and a completely different build to Pattinson, so we can separate the two. Instead, this is likely just an extra playing the part of a normal citizen, and this scene is purely to show what the state of crime in Gotham is like and why a masked vigilante is so desperately needed. As we've said, the gang beat him up in broad daylight and smash him like you should smash the like button, so we know that times are dire. Initially, it was thought on the Batman subreddit that these people were wearing clown masks similar to what we saw at the end of Joker. However, upon closer inspection, though they are wearing face paint, it's actually just black and white. So we can stop the rumours right there and just confirm that this won't be connected to Joker. We have a full cast list and multiple statements from the production team that the Joker will not appear in the movie despite the success of Joaquin Phoenix's portrayal. Does that mean that he won't show up eventually? Absolutely not, and I am actually praying that down the line, after they've built a claim for both new visions of the franchise, that the two will go head to head. Now, those who are familiar with Batman will know that typically these tend to be the Penguin's colours, as Penguins are of course black and white themselves, and his gang tend to stick predominantly to this. This isn't always adapted, but whenever a gang pops up donning this sort of colour scheme, they are normally associated with the character and not the Joker, even though there is what looks like a broad smile on one. The fact that they are wearing gang colours could also indicate that Gotham itself has been broken up into territorial areas and each gang inhabits a certain part. It's been an aesthetic that was seen in the aforementioned Arkham games and is prevalent throughout the comic books. The War of Jokes and Riddles is a prime example of this, as it has the Joker and Riddler going head to head and basically turning Gotham into a war zone. It's also played a massive part in the animated series, Batman Forever, and much more throughout Batman's rich history. Thematically, the villain's gang always tends to dress in a certain colour scheme. You've gotta love that branding. We of course know that Penguin is playing a huge part in the film, with Colin Farrell heading up the role, and though he's not the only villain, it does show that there are some areas of the city in which he and his thugs roam. I don't know if we'll be seeing the Iceberg Club just yet, but the fact that the attack takes place in daytime could highlight how people feel about the Dark Knight. If thugs are sticking to operating in the middle of the day, then it is likely that Batman has some presence in the city, and thus they don't want to carry these things out when the Caped Crusader could be operating. It's either that, or they're so used to the Gotham police force being completely useless that they have no inhibitions when it comes to attacking people in broad daylight. This also shows that the Penguin has a large number of forces, and I'm really hoping that this leads to some big fight scenes. The Batman warehouse scene from BVS is still one of the greatest action scenes put in a comic book movie, in my opinion, and I really hope that we get something similar in this outing. You need to have fights in Batman films, even if they're going in a different direction, which we'll get into in just a bit. Overall, I'm massively pleased with the footage, and though it's just a glimpse at it, the first look has a lot going on. I really hope we get more looks at it over the coming weeks, and there are some rumours that the Batmobile scenes will be shooting in the streets of Glasgow relatively shortly, so yeah, fingers crossed it's not too long before we see the new car. Now, as we've just mentioned, this Batman is going to have a completely different feel to it, and this was backed up by the composer of the piece earlier this week, who came out and said that the film would be completely different to anything that we've seen before. There were several rumours that the movie was going to be the first real look at Batman being a detective, and the comments by the composer add a lot more weight to this. As the character is going up against the Riddler, he will need to put his thinking cap on, and therefore the detective skills will be required. The story is also meant to be based heavily on The Long Halloween, which, if you've read, then you'll know it predominantly is a murder mystery. That book sees Batman on the trail of a killer known as Holiday, who murders on, well, holidays in the calendar, and this will be reflected by this aesthetic. So yeah, lots of good things, and before we get into the rest of the video, I just want to let you know we're giving away a free copy of Dr. Sleep to one random subscriber. All you have to do to be in with a chance of winning is like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave your thoughts on the updates in the comment section below. The winner is going to be chosen at random on the 15th of February, and the set will be shipped out from then to whoever gets the prize, so best of luck to everyone who takes part. Okay, and finally, Zoe Kravitz, who will be playing Selina Kyle in the film, has came forward and started discussing it. In a recent interview, when asked how she felt about Robert Pattinson and what it was like working with him, she said the following. I've never worked with him before, but we've been together for the last few weeks. I had to camera test with him, and now we've been training together and rehearsing together, and he's just a delightful person and such a wonderful, thoughtful actor. I think he's perfect for the role, and it's going to be such an adventure. I'm excited to have him as my partner in crime and to be there to support each other because it's intense. It's going to be a long shoot, and there's a lot of pressure, and I know he has my back, and I have his. So yeah, great comments from Kravitz, and it sounds like the two are going to be brawling a bit in the movie, which I'm quite looking forward to. No, I don't condone hitting women. I don't condone hitting men either, Amber Heard. You should have been cancelled by now. Birds of Prey flopping his karma for Warner Brothers not firing you yet. in my opinion, I must add. In addition to this, Kravitz has also been doing the chat show circuit, and a hairstyle, which will likely be the one that she has in the film, makes her look like the classic version of the character. Say classic, this changes from time to time, but the short hairstyle has often appeared on the character, and it looks like Matt Reeves is pulling heavily from the graphic novels and comic books to complete the look of the character. This is a look that we haven't really seen on the big screen before, and it definitely feels more authentic. All in all, this is shaping up to be a great movie, and every time I see a leak from it, I'm over the moon because it's just so much in line with what I want from a Batman movie. It looks like they're pulling heavily from the source material, and this has the potential to be the most comic book accurate film ever put to screen. Anyway, that's all of the big news updates of the week so far, and thanks for checking out the video. As I mentioned, we do breakdowns like this, same bat time, same bat channel, every single week, so please subscribe to be kept up to date with everything on the movie as it goes on. Obviously, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the updates and what you want to see in the film. Comment below and let me know, and if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to check out our full playlist at the end that contains all of the updates so far. There's tons in there, and it's definitely worth checking out if you want to be fully up to date with the movie. If you want to support the channel from as little as 99 cents a month, then please click the join button below. You get access to content early and can suggest video topics and breakdowns. We massively appreciate it, and it goes a long way to helping videos like this get made. If you want to come chat to us after the show, either follow us at DefinitionYT or click the Discord link in the description below. Those are the best ways to keep up to date with heavy spoilers, so hopefully we see you over there very soon. This is a channel for people who are super into superheroes, so if that's the kind of thing you like, hit subscribe. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. I've been Definition, you've been the best, and I'll see you next time. Take care, peace.